Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Vlad, and next to me is Dave. And we're here today. We're going to be talking about Namor from Wakanda Forever. So, we've been getting a lot of hits on the last featurette video we did on Namor.
Correct.
And we thought we'd touch up on him some more because why not? It's a cool character.
Namor made a splash quite literally when Wakanda Forever came out. And we just want to delve a little bit more deeper about this character and what key differences he's made, what kind of cultural impact his character and the way he's been portrayed in the movie has made, and what's next for him in the MCU, and what's going to happen with him in the near future.
Yeah.
So.
Or at least what we speculate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to talk about is differences between his comic book counterpart and the MCU counterpart.
So, in differences, off the bat, which one do you like more?
Off the bat, I do like the MCU one more.
I do too.
But there's a lot of people who feel the other way, and that's fine. But there's a reason why. And the reason why this is because they grew up with that character. Namor was unofficially the first mutant, you could say. Yeah. Like we talked about how Apocalypse was the first mutant. But Namor, you could be described as the first mutant created, maybe, somewhere around that line. But he's been one of Stan Lee's creation. I think he was like the first creation, and then Spider-Man or something like that. Yeah. So a lot of people do like this character a lot, and a lot of people... He's the anti-hero.
Yeah. He actually goes by Namor the Sub-Mariner.
The Sub-Mariner. That's the correct word. That's the correct title. And he is the Prince of Atlantis in the comic books. Yeah. And I think he ends up becoming king of Atlantis at some point.
I would imagine so.
It's just rightfully so that he becomes a king of Atlantis. And he does have similarities with Aquaman. He does share a lot of similarities.
Speaking of similarities with Aquaman, I'm trying to go back in my memories. Did he ever have a sort of trident or anything? Did he ever carry?
He had a spear.
He had a spear.
Yeah, he had a spear, which is not a difference because the one in the MCU also has a spear as well too. So it's one of the things that they carry over. They carry over a lot of stuff from his origins, and then they do change some things around. Another difference between the comic book one and the MCU one is just the coloring, I guess you could say. Just the skin tone is different. Yeah. The one underwater, he's white. And the one in the MCU, he's dark-skinned Hispanic or Latino, you could say. Mexican, because he is Mexican. He's portrayed by Tenoch Huerta. So, he's a little bit darker skin tone. Powers are a little bit different. Yeah. I would say. He does have the ability of flight, just like in the comic books. He does have the ability to swim. He can breathe
on the water.
Yeah, exactly.
And on above ground.
Correct. So in the air and
like
underwater.
You said in the last video, it's kind of like the Daywalker.
Yeah.
Blade.
Exactly. And that's how they made it seem like over here. In the MCU, they made him kind of like a daywalker, like Blade. Right. Whereas in the comic books, he was born of two different peoples. He was born in Atlantis, but then I think his father was American or something like that, or his mother was American. One of those two,
Which is the same story of Aquaman in the film.
Yep, correct. Those were key differences, and those were a lot of things that people disagreed on in this movie. A lot of people that have come to love this character, when they saw him portrayed by Tenoch in this movie, they didn't know how to feel about it, and immediately they just start thinking, they're doing this just to change it up, to appease people or whatever. I will say this: there's a reason for everything, right? There's a reason of why they choose to do this, and this is where I'm gonna go into right now. Whereas, why did he look different in the movie than he did in the comic book? The reason why that is because Universal still holds the rights to Namor. A lot of people forget this, or they're just ignorant to that fact that Universal still has a stranglehold on Namor, just like they do with the Incredible Hulk.
Right.
So with the Incredible Hulk, he's only been featured in a lot of team-up movies. This movie would be considered a team-up type of movie because there's two characters. You got the Black Panther, and you got Namor. That's the only reason why they had added him into this movie. So there's one. Second reason is they had to change him around. Aquaman came out before Namor.
Did big numbers
At the box office. So why would, if you were in charge of a company and your company was selling, I don't know, tires, and somebody came out with a better tire that you were designing, damn. Do you come out and still put out your tire, or do you rework it a little bit?
You have to rework it.
Yeah, because if not, you're gonna be they're gonna be claiming you for plagiarism, that you copied their work.
Right.
And that's been happening in the comic book industry a lot, and I get it. Marvel and DC, they kind of feed off each other's plates. It's understood.
Starting to make sense now.
But because this is a full-featured film and there's tons of money going into this, millions of dollars going into it, you have to change it. So then that's when you have to bring in screenwriters and you have to bring in Ryan Coogler and figure out which is the best route to take. If they're already talking about tribes, like Wakanda, and
it only makes
they're
sense.
telling you, hey, you have Namor, you have this property that we kind of fought for, we found a loophole to get him into this movie, but it cannot be the same as Aquaman.
Right.
What do?
You extend what you already did in the beginning.
Yeah.
With Black Panther.
Right, with Black Panther, you had 5 tribes put together in that one region in Wakanda. So then you would do that. You would extend it. Okay, let's see, if you got Namor, what kind of fits, what kind of doesn't. Okay, the natural progression is to get another tribe involved, but how do you do that? You go across the ocean into a tribe on the other side of the Atlantic.
Right.
You know? So that was a natural progression that they figured that they could do without infringing on DC's rights and without infringing on copying something that's already made by Aquaman.
Yes.
You know?
Hence why Atlantis is not Atlantis in this movie.
There we go. Again.
Yeah.
They can't call it Atlantis.
Right.
They got beat to the punch by DC. They got beat to the punch by Aquaman, so you can't copy what's already been done. You know, it's going to look cheap. So you can't cheapen out. You could just evolve and naturally progress on something that you've already built. So that's the route they went that way. Some people might not like it, but it's already been done, and that's how they're going to do it. Which brings us to what's going to happen to him in the future.
That's a good question. I'm curious to know, or I'm waiting to see, because I like the actor.
Right, me too.
I like the route that they went with it.
Right, same thing.
And I like how they left it open that he may just return.
Right.
Now we're just wondering.
So now with the information that you just got, what do you think? What do you think are the best options?
I would love for him to get a standalone movie.
Right.
I would. But now we're talking about Universal still holding the rights.
They haven't even given up the rights, the full rights to the Hulk. So what makes you think now that they just build up Namor, that they're going to even give any remote of any kind of rights to a full feature film? That's going to be hard teeth to pull.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like they're probably going to do another team-up movie. Maybe this is why at the end of Wakanda
ended the way it did.
Yeah, ended the way it did.
That conflict.
Where they said, well, when Wakanda goes into war,
they will need us.
Well, they'll need us, and we'll show up.
And
that's a team-up movie. Yeah, that's a team-up movie.
They already set it up. We didn't catch it.
So that's another issue, another hurdle that they got to go. They set it up that way because they already know these guys have been dealing with these issues that we just found out about.
Right.
So they already have a master plan set in place. We're just now catching up to it because they're not going to give all the secrets
details are out.
Yeah. Exactly. Depending on this contract or this loophole, is it just relegated to like the shows, or should I say the movies, or can it be the shows? Can he show up in a Disney Plus show? And then the second thing, would you want that? And I feel like it's too early for that.
It is too early.
I feel like he should be in the big screen.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
So something has to happen and either bring him out or bring Shuri out and she'll bring him out.
Right.
So something major has to happen in order.
Because now the two go hand in hand.
Correct.
Seems.
Correct. That's exactly what I mean. Because they only the Wakandans know about the Talcons. So nobody else knows about them. That's a secret now they both share.
Right.
Who's to say when we're gonna see them? That's gonna be I don't know. It's a tough pill to swallow for people that wanted to see more of them. You know.
Let's get to some more fun talks.
Yeah.
What was your favorite scene in the movie with Namor?
The favorite scene in the movie, it's gotta be any more years in. You know. Like in the air, just walking back. He's moonwalking in the air like this, watching the thing just land and ships getting destroyed left and right. That was really cool. What I didn't like, or what I should say, was the cheap way out was when they put him in that air fryer. But it was kind of smart when they put him in.
Fried fish.
If you see in the movie, fried fish. If you see it in the movie, they figure we gotta take his power level down a notch because he's a strong. Namor's as strong as the Hulk, and they took that straight from the comics. Again, another similarity was his strength is unbelievable, and you don't even see a shred of it in the movie. You don't see a lot of it. You know,
probably didn't see his full potential.
No, not at all. No. And the underwater shots were very limited in this movie. Again, you want that. You want that full feature presentation. That way you could be able to see him, you know, his own film. That way he could be actually able to do more with those underwater shots. Yeah,
now that I'm thinking about it, there weren't, I would say, probably any underwater fight scenes.
No, none at all.
Zero.
None at all. He was showing them the whole place, the whole underwater.
Talcan.
Yeah, the city and everything like that. He was showing them that, but there was no underwater fights.
Fight scenes.
No.
Where like Aquaman, everything took place underwater.
Of course.
It looked cool.
Yeah, and it looked amazing. So imagine if they do something like that with a full standalone Namor film.
That would be cool.
It would be dope. It would be dope. I ain't gonna lie, it would be dope.
Because I want to see, does he move underwater the way he moved in the air? Like, is he that fast underwater? I have a feeling Aquaman is faster.
Yeah, more than likely. But
I would love to see how, I'd love to see his fighting style underwater.
Yeah, standout scene was that one when he was fighting all those ships in the air, which was amazing. The end, another standout scene was the last battle that they had where he impales her. But you know, I don't think he meant to kill her.
Remember, he'll do anything for his people.
Then again, he'll do anything for his people. But where she got hit at, it wasn't necessarily a vital. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a death blow.
She could have died. She could have bled out.
She could have bled out, but it wasn't necessarily a death blow.
Because he could have went for the heart.
Right. Oh, of course. Of course. 100%. Yeah. Even if he was dried out, oh no, whatever. And a lot of people were pointing this out too. Aquaman over here, he was like using the P to open up that thing. Remember?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The key or whatever, and then Aquaman was in the desert, so he already got a point on top of Namor. Namor goes out on the sun too long. He said, "Nah, I need to get back in the water."
I have two scenes that stands out to me with him. They seem very minute, but I love them for some reason. There's the scene where he's ready to go to war, and he comes down the water from up top, and he's in his full gear, his prince gear.
I remember that. Yeah. He had the headdress.
Yeah, and the camera kind of does like this flip shot of him, and he comes down and lands, and he goes.
I forgot about that.
And he's just a man, like that's the man right there,
right.
You know, and he's not referred to as Namor to his people. No, he's referred to as Kukulkan. Yeah, you know, the feathered serpent god. Yeah, feathered serpent god. That's cool because that scene it showed like almost like a god-like
Yeah, he's lived long enough.
Yeah.
He's seen his mother die, and he was at the age of like 7 or 8 or something like that. But his mother lived a whole 60, 70 years or whatnot from the point that she had him.
Yeah.
So it's like you lived that whole lifetime and you only grew that much. So he is a god because he's probably seen a lot of them being raised, born, and died. You know. He did that 1-inch punch, bah! And that man went flying into a fruit stand.
Oh man!
And
you felt that punch.
Yeah, we literally
felt that.
In those seats, we felt that punch, and it was just amazing that you could be able to witness that power that he had, you know. And it was really cool. I really enjoyed that scene. Another one of the scenes that I did enjoy was when he actually presented. Like, yeah, man.
Like a true.
He's like, yeah. He's like, you got a nice place here. Oh, yeah, it's nice. No, but it's true though, man. He was scoping it out. He's like, this place is magnificent. Yeah. This place is amazing. He's like, what you got here is something else. And he knows that they're technologically more advanced. 100% more advanced. So now I feel like he's like, yeah, we got to up our game. As soon as he came back, he's like, yeah, we beat him with brute strength, but nah, man, we got to up our game.
Let's talk about the cultural impact that this character, or this version, let's call it this version of this character, is having. Is it holding up to what I said in the last video where I said that I think he's going to bring the Mexican or Latino community to the forefront for Marvel the way Black Panther brought the African black community to the forefront for Marvel?
I think so. And I think we're already witnessing that. And it's to the point now where now you have this veil of Latino, right? Some people say Latino, some people say Hispanic, whatever. But people that have some kind of roots with Native American, Native Mesoamericans, and people, let's just stick to the word Latino. There's this veil of a word that just, it's a carpet blankets it, right? And it's just Latino, right? So now it's going away, and what's underlying is coming up. There's two sides to this story that I'm about to tell you, where it's that people like myself and others are proud of this. They're proud that they see somebody who looks like them, like, you know, this guy, man, he looks like my father, you know, like, and he's in the big screen. That means a lot to me, you know, that means a lot to a lot of people. And you get to see that, and just the wonder of it is amazing, you know, it touches you because now you're seeing somebody that looks like you or somebody that looks close to you, or a relative on the big screen.
Right.
You know?
Revered as an important character.
Yeah, exactly, which is cool. So
not just somebody with a broomstick.
Exactly, cleaning up
or
or somebody who's a gangster who's pulling it up to somebody with a knife or whatever.
Yeah, very
cliche. It's very cliche stuff that like Latinos usually play, and we don't see that here, which is amazing. So you have that. So then on the flip side, now you get to see the underlying, and I hate to say it, racial tones of Latinos in general, where some people can't be proud that somebody who's darker brown is playing in that role and getting a feature film like that. There's a lot of people that are like, dude, like whiter than me, you know, that are hating on the fact that Tano Huerta got a feature film already like that. That he's the star of a film like that. They're hating on that. And a lot of people in Mexico don't like that at all.
Wow.
You know, they can't just be happy about that. And it sucks because we're all one. I'm going to tell you this right now. As wise as I look, if a white man shows up, I'm not white no more. You know what I'm saying? It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. People shouldn't feel like that. And I feel like they're stuck in this old world mentality where it's like, oh, you're too dark. Oh, you're too black. And it shouldn't be like that.
Right.
I got people in all kinds of shapes and colors throughout my whole family line. So it's no stranger to me. But when I see somebody saying that, especially people that are actors and actresses in Mexico, and they're saying that about him, and it kind of sucks because it's like, damn, bro, can't you just be happy you made it?
For real.
So that's the flip side coin of the cultural impact that we're seeing with this movie. Now we see a lot more turmoil and things coming to a head, and coming out within the Latin community, where the new generation Latin people are seeing this and they're proud of it, but then you got a lot of old heads or people that have been taught by old heads to think a certain way, and they automatically discredit him just for his skin color.
Correct. So sad.
It is very sad. Mostly it's been like a good feeling.
Yeah.
And you see it all over the place, man, and you see it all, a lot of news outlets and a lot of Hispanic and Latin news outlets really proud of the work that he's done and really pushing the boundaries of how people that look like him could be able to reach that level of stardom.
Actor did a great job.
Yeah.
I would go as far to say, for right now, how Chadwick couldn't easily be replaced as Black Panther because that role, he just fit the role.
Yeah, he did.
I have to say, Tenno?
Yeah.
I think he has the same vibe.
The charisma.
Maybe, yeah, the charisma.
You know, the same vibe, the charisma that he's got. Just the same feeling that I get from him. It comes close to what Chadwick did for Black Panther.
Because as we saw Shuri take up the mantle, she was not T'Challa.
We always talk about this, giving people a chance. Yeah. So you always got to give somebody a chance. But as for right now, he is Namor.
He is.
Whether you like it or not.
He's going to be for a while.
Yeah. We just need to see more of him.
Right.
That way he develops the character a little bit more, because I want to see him leave where he's at, leave the bubble that he's at, and experience things along with his first and second in command. That way they see that there's another world out there where people don't necessarily want to kill you or take advantage of you or strip you of your resources, you know?
I wonder if we're gonna see in the next movie or whenever he appears, you see like when Superman is not wearing his cape. Are we gonna see this guy in a suit or something, or
will we see him again out of water, but actually
in like modern day,
dressed a little bit more modern? That could be another possibility too.
No,
you know, the sky's the limit, and I would say that Marvel has done a good job already of taking properties that you wouldn't even expect to be good and making them great. I feel like we need more of Namor. So Disney, Marvel, if you're watching, please do something more with this character. Yeah. Please.
I would love to see him again.
Don't wait for Black Panther 3 for Namor to come back out. It's got to be something else. I know you're working on something. You're not telling us everything.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Drop him in Secret Wars. Something.
Love the character. Can't wait to see him again. It's a wrap.
That's it, guys. If you like this character highlight, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help us out a lot, and it brings us up closer and closer up the YouTube charts. That way we can provide more content like this more often. We drop videos like this every so often. We usually do reactions more than anything. So again, if you like it, comment and subscribe, and let us know what you think of Namor. Did you like the character in Wakanda Forever?
Yeah.
Did you not like him? Was there something wrong with him? Was he just too, I don't know, not comic book accurate? Let us know. Sound off below if you did enjoy it, if you didn't.
You know, it's okay to not be comic book accurate.
It is. Sometimes it works out for the best.
You know, how many times are you going to rehash the same thing? You know? Yeah. Check us out on Instagram, Midnight Hype Inc. And check us out on Twitter at Midnight Hype. Also, we are giving away these bad boys, these puppies right here.
We got 5 of these hats. We're going to give them away to 5 subscribers. This is after we get 100 subscribers onto the channel. We're giving these away to subscribers that are based in the U.S. We want to ship them out nationally. So if you find yourself in one of the 50 states and want to win one of these, basically just go to our channel. We're going to be dropping posts, and we're going to be dropping 5 questions.
5 movie trivia questions.
Movie trivia questions.
Hey, don't cheat. Don't use your phone. Don't Google anything. It's gotta be off the top.
5 questions. Whoever gets the first one correct, whoever has the correct answer and drops it on the comment, they're gonna win a hat. And then we're gonna drop another question, and another, and another, and another until we run out of these bad boys.
There you go. Yes.
But that's it. We'll see you guys on the next one.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Go like this. All right, and then go like this. There you go. And that's gonna be our thumbnail right there.
There we go.
Perfect. I do this, not do this.